Ayy, this ain't a drill. Only time I playing is on the field. And when I'm on the field, no, I got mad skills. And you know we bout to eat this a fast meal. Y'all gotta pay for this heat like a gas bill. We keep on coming back, so yeah, they mad still. Everyone sick, make them pay with some bad bills. Red, white, and blue like Superman, so you know we eating at the Super Bowl. Kill the competition, set up the funeral. Josh Allen catching all the shots you go for. We callin' blitz. Ready to start, we ain't calling no quits. I'm the #1 draft pick. A lot of y'all talk, but I ain't hearing it. Only listen to Keyshawn and Miss. Talk about the Bills dominating on the field. All our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill when we talk about the Bills. Dominating on the field, and our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill.
Duval is in the trash can right now. Let's go. This is another live episode of the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes on a Victory Monday. I am your co-host, Aramis
Duval. I'm gonna start the show just like I ended the last one.
Wait, we got Dan on the ones and twos. Hey. There you go. Okay, go.
Big Dog! I told y'all, I was not worried, not for 1 second. There was no reason for any panic. We knew what they were, and they didn't know what we were, evidently, because they said you had a ball in Josh Allen's hand. And guess who took him to shreds?
Yeah.
Josh Allen. Of course.
For sure.
So, I mean, just play your game. If you're going to play the Bills, play your game. Don't try to get smart.
We tried to tell the Jags fan when he jumped in our comments on Friday, like, hey, this is a thing now. If you jump on our show talking stuff about how you going to take a win, you usually end up losing. We've seen this now definitely 2 years in a row, because Ravens fans was in here crazy.
Ravens, Chiefs.
Yeah. And
not
got their stuff took.
Yeah, not in the playoffs, but yeah, the Chiefs were in here.
Right. Yeah, during the season, this season.
Yeah, during the season.
We heard a lot of that. Yep.
Yeah, so,
got their stuff took.
I mean, I'm sitting here like, they all told you. They told you we're afraid of James Cook. I'm like, good. Now we're not a Bills front office, not a Bills coaching staff. We heard what you're trying to take away.
Yep.
And we're going to give it to you. See, I'm glad they kept running the ball. Even if it was 3.1 a carry for James Cook, they kept running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So that kept them honest. And then when Josh had to get into the kitchen, Josh got into that kitchen.
Nate said, I think he meant Jags.
No, he meant Hags.
Hags. The Hags.
You know, Nate never says the right thing. You got chicken legs. You got Mr. Edge. You got
Balin Spectator.
The list goes on. So when Nate says something, he meant it. That ain't no typo.
Oh my god.
Let's let everybody see that though, because it's not on the thing. Where is it?
Whoa. What is this?
Where's the thing?
What is this? Hey, fellow Buffalo Ballers. I want to give a shout out to Aramis and 40 Keys for their letter of apology for doubting our Buffalo Bills.
When? What? I told you straight up there was nothing to worry about. I said big dubs in the show.
Did you watch Coach D's corner this Thursday, last Thursday? And then, I mean, Friday, I'm pretty sure I was saying, based off my research, I'm not nervous about this game anymore. I think we're going to win.
Dan, didn't I say, run it? I'm not worried about them. Hey, didn't I say I'm not worried about them? Chat, didn't I say I'm not worried about them? I don't know what Daquan's talking about.
Eventually, we'll get to the point technology-wise where we can pull up clips of ourselves saying what these people are accusing us of not saying or saying whatever.
I mean, I'm pretty sure at the end of the last show, last thing I said was big dubs.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's definitely what you said.
So I don't know what apology you want, but you ain't getting it.
Okay. To be fair, I think he may be referring to, doubts that we've had throughout the regular season.
That ain't fair. That's not logical.
He said, "I'm just kidding."
I'm just listening. I try to be impartial. I try to see it from both sides so that I'm being objective.
Because even regular season, I said 12, 13 wins. What do we end up with?
Yeah,
12 wins.
Yeah,
I apologize for nothing. Yeah. If they were 17-0, okay, yeah, you got me. I
went a little crazy. I thought we could go undefeated. I mean, I don't.
You got caught up in the rapture. That's all right.
I mean, I'm looking at the schedule, and you know what I'm saying. So I mean, I might have been in my feelings a little bit, thinking we can go, undefeated. But I mean, there was one point in the season where I thought, based on the way we was playing, we wouldn't make the playoffs. So I mean, it's a week to week situation.
The whole time I was just hoping that Dorothy wouldn't write about 11-6 after 13. I was like, please, just give me that one win. I don't want to hear her talk about 11-6. I want that 12-5 so we can reset the cycle.
Yeah.
Where's the chat? It's not up there.
Oh, hold on a second. Where is it? There does not
Right.
seem to be a button for it. Very
well.
interesting. Yeah, maybe they took it down. People weren't using it.
Oh, you guys can't see what you're writing, so sorry. No,
No, they can. I mean,
they can see it in the
get
thing. It's just not easy to access by looking at the screen. Which
you know what I like about that though?
Hmm.
The real people watching the show got to be like in the show watching to see the comments. You can't just spectate scrolling through YouTube or whatever you scrolling through. You got to get in here to see what folks saying about this.
and spin back in your hole. Now you need to apologize. No, you need to start watching the show more. I ain't heard from you in a while.
Who's that?
Spin.
Oh, I ain't seen Spin in a minute.
Yeah, he gonna hop in here when they win, like I did. Like obviously he didn't watch the last show either.
Nah, he definitely did.
That's all right. We'll give you the cliff
What?
notes some other time.
This okay. So Spin, you saw me on Tommy's show. I mean, like Tommy would tell you, I was saying we gonna win. My score prediction was 33-18. What do I need to apologize for?
I don't know. Allowing him to score 24, I guess. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not doing this. Yeah.
Even Roy saying you both picked Jacksonville.
What?
No,
Okay.
Roy's just stirring the pot.
Both of them are. You
Roy-
can tell
yeah,
this is
they're
where
stirring the
this is
pot
going. Let's see if we can get the. Anytime you see Spin and Roy in the comments, you already know where this is going.
Oh, Daquan said, I'm just kidding. My bad. I apologize to you.
right.
To you, I apologize.
Not to
Nothing
Spin
else, but to
or
you.
Roy.
No, definitely not them. Daquan, except please. No. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know what you want to start off with. You want to go right into the game? What you want to do?
Let's start off with the big news of the day that really just came out in the last couple of hours. Ed Oliver might practice this week.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're designating him and who was the other guy? Him and I think it's DeMar Hamlin to practice this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Didn't Hamlin start last week?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not Curtis Samuel. So
Ooh, that's big.
Yeah, yes it is. Yes it is.
I'm over it. I'm over that. I'm over that. That's not even big anymore. I'm over it.
I mean, remember last postseason?
I know
he did when he was actually healthy. If he's healthy,
see, you got to keep saying that. That qualifier.
Well,
that's it right there.
Well, I mean, he's been out long enough. He should be healthy enough to contribute, right?
One would think. One would think.
Oh, okay. All right.
At least give us like a quarter or two.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll bubble wrap him.
Eyes covered right now. Just split second reaction. Who you taking? McCole Hardman playing in this next game or Curtis Samuel playing in this next game?
I had already said McCole Hardman.
You already said, okay.
I mean, I had already.
So
we'll wheel him out like Hannibal Lecter on
the worst case scenario right now is McCole Hardman playing.
Yeah, because the hand trick gonna come out with a hand truck, and he's gonna be on the thing like this, bubble wrapped up. Somehow he'll still tip over and injure his quad or something.
He's sitting there running on the
right. Like little boy from Christmas Story.
All right, toss him a pass, see if he can catch it.
No, here you go. No, but I mean, honestly, I would love. The
bubbles. Maybe he can run with it. You see him doing the jet sweep, and Josh Allen he's like right inside his.
He just.
Oh my God, he's going for 25 yards. The 10, the 5.
But the best part about it, it's like kindergarten permission slips. He puts it back here. So he's running around with it. He don't even know he got the ball. He just take it off. Nobody knows where the ball is.
Oh my God.
The announcers are confused. The boss is up.
This is too much fun. Okay. All right. We having too much fun right now. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, dude, Ed Oliver coming back is huge for this defense. I listen, put him in a brace, rotate him heavily like you're doing with Bosa. I think we're okay. I'm gonna just get this out there because this is my next thought on that, right? You got both of these players coming back. I think you're absolutely going to need both for this game because you're going to need pressure up the middle. I think our defensive ends have done a good job, especially in the last game of, just kind of squeezing the pocket and working the system the way that they do to apply pressure. Doesn't necessarily end up in sacks, but they applied enough pressure for Trevor Lawrence, especially on third downs, to make a couple of mistakes. So
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it right now. You can flame me. This is the negative. Bosa pissed me off yesterday.
Really?
He pissed me off yesterday. He was so bad yesterday. It's not even funny. I mean, his pursuit angles. He went wide. The Trevor Lawrence 20-yard run that was Bosa taking the inside path when he should have stayed out. You got to stay contained. He's just bad.
About Jacoby Myers blowing him up.
Oh yeah, did you see that?
I did not see that.
Yeah, clean him up.
Wow.
Clean him up.
Straight on the turf.
Yeah.
And no crackback block on that one, huh? No penalty. No.
No, it was legit. Yeah,
Oh.
it was legit. But I mean, I was like, because that's what I don't know if you listened to the radio this morning, but was it Joe DiBiase or Jeremy? Somebody this morning was like, that must be why McDermott likes Jacoby Myers. That's got to be it.
That block.
That block. Oh, I gotta have it.
Roy's got a question here. No. Roy has a question here. Stop it. Okay. Says Denver had 68 sacks. Does that concern y'all?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
Why?
Josh Allen's been sacked 40 times in the regular season this year, and they still end up 12-5. They can figure it out. I mean, it's ugly.
I think he's referring to the
no,
pass
I know,
rush.
I know, but it doesn't,
of it.
because what I'm getting at, without adjusting, of course, but what I'm getting at is they know how to function even when Josh is under duress. Yesterday was a rough game for him. He got torn limb from limb. But I think he's gonna pop back up, and they know. I mean, if you look at the Houston game, he was in duress the whole time, and like he said, they watched the tape, and he said, I played like crap, and I wonder why, because I didn't read and take what they gave me. But see, Josh always, when he says something like that, he does it. So if Denver wants to blitz, I don't know if they blitz a lot or what they do. If they want to blitz, they want to send disguised coverages, whatever. He's gonna figure out and pick them off.
Yeah, I was putting a little bit of pressure on you, but I agree with you. I think having a good quarterback can neutralize a great pass rush, right? I think we've seen, the Bills had the number one defense overall in 2021 13 seconds game, and we couldn't get anything on Mahomes. Why? Because he was getting the ball out on time. He was setting the protections right. I think if you got a quarterback and an offensive line with that kind of synergy, especially with the way that they were playing in this Jaguars game. Now, granted, we have to be kind of level-headed with that. The Jaguars are not great in pressure or sacks. So that was also more of an assistance to our offensive line and our quarterback. But in this game, I think the Denver pass rush is not – I think it's elite in terms of their consistency and their efficacy, but I don't think it's a threat where – like how Houston is, where you just have no chance, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that Denver has the secondary that can do what Houston can do. Houston's got 3 great DBs and 2 really good safeties that they can lock you up with, and the linebackers oftentimes don't need to do much, right? On top of the pass rushers they have. So I'm saying all that to say, I think Denver is a slightly lesser version of Houston, and I think the Bills have learned their lesson this year of how to deal with that style of pass rush.
That's it. Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm not really worried about Denver's pass rush going into Saturday's game. But let's stay with the Jaguars, man. This was an impressive win for me.
You got one verse, though.
My man Scott. Really appreciate that. Scott says, I don't know if you heard, but Sean McDermott opened up Oliver's 21-day window this week to come back to practice for Denver, and Gabe tore his ACL. Yeah. You know what's crazy? What's really crazy? I was working Friday night. After Friday's show, went home, took a nap, went back out. And I caught the end of Tommy's show. And feel like y'all gonna throw tomatoes at me, but I actually jokingly, because they, somebody commented, is Keon Coleman gonna play, blah, blah, blah. And I was kind of being, facetious and silly and all that kind of stuff. And I was saying, I said, Keon gonna have a legendary game. He gonna Gabe Davis gonna blow a tire, and Coleman gonna come in, and it's gonna be known as Big Game Coleman from now on.
You're like, ooh,
we gonna forget all the right now. We in this position now where you see the dude get carted off the field, and it's like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Well, the thing about that, and everybody's I know you want to go to, actually, this is Jacksonville, so we'll talk about it. But that right there was not dirty, but it was unfortunate. I told a story in the Discord, Dan, I think you saw it, but of course I say it was just a bad decision to make, only because you put him in Hiram's way.
Is that the same knee as last time?
The reason why I say this is funny, because I hope he's not. Well, we haven't talked in a couple of years, but it's still a funny story. So we're playing street football as kids, right? And you know how people get cocky out there, like, yo, I got you. I'm QB. I'm all the time. I'm good. It's like, yo, just go where I throw the ball. I'm gonna lead you. Trust me, you good to go. So we're playing all of a sudden, phew, and we all like turn around. Boom! My man led my man right into a car. Chipped his tooth. He was laid across the hood. His elbow prints were in the. We dented the car with his elbow. And like we had to scatter. We had to scatter. We actually went back to my street to finish the game because we didn't want the people to come out to see who did it. So the reason why I tell that story was because, you know, of course, Dorothy, like, of course you're gonna blame Josh. It's not. That was just. It's just that was. It was unfortunate, and everybody. Gabe should have caught the ball. If you haven't been on the field, you can hear things. You can hear footsteps. You can hear people yelling. You can hear whatever. And luckily, he got his toe out of the turf, or that would have been really bad. It was just guys that were coming. There were no wins for Gabe on that play. It was just bad. I felt
it didn't even look like the way he got tackled was like both his feet came out from under him.
It did, but it bent before it came out. Yeah, so the way it hit, it
just
bent.
Happened fast, I guess.
He's like he wasn't planning. If he was planning, he'd be really screwed.
Oh yeah, it would have been over.
If you saw
you would have seen it.
He posted a picture of his knee. It's all purple.
Ooh.
The whole thing is swollen and purple.
They said they couldn't even examine it yesterday because it was so swollen after the game. They had to wait until today.
Happens just like that. Like it swells. Yep, it swells up like nothing. You know, so it's really bad. And Billy D said he did it on his bike.
I'm gonna pull up a picture of it real quick so everybody can see.
It's crazy because I was at my brother's for the game yesterday, and in the second half, especially the fourth quarter, we kept losing the TV. And so I missed all the bigger stuff. I missed the Gabe injury. I missed basically the end of the game. We found out through someone texting us that there was an interception. We were like, all right, high fiving with no TV on.
But yeah, I mean, and it's funny it's funny because when I think
that's gross.
Yeah, I think it was Nate who said something. I said, Nate, if I can describe the injury to you, it wasn't that bad. It didn't look that bad. I knew. I told T, I said he tore his ACL. He tore it. And it's funny, she thought I was joking because that's always my joke when I say somebody gets hit in the leg or when she falls or when Ken falls. Oh, that's your ACL. You're going to blow your ACL out.
Yeah.
But I knew right away. I said, he's over with. And I give him credit for trying to stand up and walk that off, but it wasn't happening. Jeez. And I actually have a friend. You actually can walk on that. And I have a friend, he played for UB, who walked off the field with his ACL, but in the process, he tore his MCL and PCL trying to get off the field on his own power. Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah. So that's how dangerous these, like when they say, "Oh, you're walking off," I'm like, just go down. Just go down. Don't walk off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They do that knee test. You start screaming. Yeah. They know right away.
Sonny Son Brian said, Josh Palmer better get his broke. Oh. I failed.
No, it works. That works. He's broke.
He better get his broke healthy for this game Saturday. I got that.
He can be healthy all he wants to, but he can't play.
No, he's on IR. It's over.
He can't play.
He is done for the season. IR is mandatory for 4 games, so he can't even come back.
Yeah.
Can we hit what Laura just
put
in the chat about the Jags making dirty plays? She thinks that was not what she saw personally, and I tend to agree. I don't feel like it was necessarily a dirty game by the Jags. I think they were just playing really physical.
Yeah.
And I think it was Chris Brown on the radio this morning called in, and he was just going off.
Yeah.
Trying to list all these plays. I was
Joe
like,
DiBiase was getting into that too. Sneaky Joe was like all for it. Like,
but they play soccer. He plays whatever. I can tell you right now, and this is no homerism here, and this is actually no favoritism, but the only hit that I think was semi-dirty yesterday, because I can't figure out why he did it, was the one on Cook when he got upended, because it's like the guy slid on his knees into him and then like went in. So I'm like, why did he slide on his knees? You know, because usually they dive in and try to hit the thigh, but he literally hit his knees. You can see like the gravel or whatever kicking up while he's sliding in. I'm like, what was that about? But even then, I'm like, it's touchy. I think the way he got hit, it was worse. The Josh on Josh crime, as I put it in my notes. let's think about this for a second. I watched this show. I mean, I watched that play on quarter time, on halftime, full time. I thought everything. I was like, okay, Josh Allen. If you've ever been in a mosh, a pile, people were pushing, and I'm like, okay, let me see what's going on. Josh is fighting. He's down now. What's happening behind him? Osiris Torrance says Josh Hines Allen in a bear hug, and he shoves him. But in the process, he has his foot and kicks Josh in the hip. So what does he do? Is he sees, okay, my guy is right there, and there's probably a little spot there, but you can't just levitate and say, where should I fall? This is real time. And he got pushed in the back, which means he didn't expect it. It's just unfortunate he landed on his head. It's unfortunate. And that I don't think that he had the wherewithal to land on somebody's head. People are going to say he did. I don't. However, I'm just going, this is me. If I see my guy on the ground, would I rather land on my guy or the other team's guy? So if Rousseau did that, if Bosa, if it was Epinesa, if it was Deion Walker, we had to bring out the morgue. But if it was anybody on our team, we'd be like, unfortunate. It's unfortunate, whatever. Prayers up if you really got hurt. But I mean, it was just a mosh, and that's what happens when you run the ball like that. That's why people don't like Josh running.
Even near the end zone with the knee, like they were making it seem like the players were trying to break his leg or something. I was like, they're just tackling
right.
him.
Yeah, they're trying to push him backwards because he's trying to push forward.
They're pulling him backwards, his legs. I mean, nobody dove at. I mean, because that's a clean shot. It was a kill shot if you wanted to.
I mean, if anything, I mean, just go down, Josh. Stop trying to stand there and take and push. You know what I mean? Like if you in the moment. He has to have enough awareness to know I've crossed the plane already. I don't need to keep pushing. Granted, he's got guys behind him. But now he's got his back turned and he's got guys pulling him back and he's trying to stop it with his foot.
He hyperextended his leg.
That's what it was. Just go down, bro.
Yeah, he hyperextended his knee. That's what it was.
So I did want to get to this one. Yeah. Thank you for this, Beth. She says, fun fact, groups of animals have names. Gaggle of geese, a school of fish, a herd of deer. You know what a group of buffalo or bison are? They are a gang. We are a gang on and off the field.
Gang, gang. Gang, gang.
Like my daughter be doing. Gang, gang. Yeah, I love it. And then she says, brings a whole new meaning to condoning gang violence. Yeah, it does. I love that, though. I did not know that that's what they were called, but we a gang. I mean, we gotta get that on a t-shirt. We gotta do something with that. And then Lynn, I love this comment too, says, hats off to Trey White. I was against the retreading players, but the man balled out. Good on second year.
Second year Cole Bishop.
Second year Cole Bishop, probably.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I did have a thought on Trey White. Trey White, to me, I think I was one of the people that defended him in the preseason when everybody said he was terrible and he was giving up plays and were liability.
Mm-hmm.
Be that as it may, I still wish we would have looked for somebody a little younger, maybe somebody we can retain for years to come after performing like he did yesterday. Yeah. That's the kind of player, if he's 23, 24, you're like, yo, we got to re-sign this dude now.
Yep.
We need him. You know what I mean? They're going to give Trey White. I was thinking yesterday before he got hurt, I said, just sign Gabe Davis. Just re-sign him. I was thinking that because I'm like, Josh loves him. Whatever, we're gonna draft somebody, and this is my thought. Well, we'll get into that a little later. But yeah, no, I think Trey White yesterday, not even the tip that led to the interception, that play on the tight end, was it Strange that saved the touchdown where he broke on the play and should have caught it. He got stone hands, whatever. But I mean, the play he made on that ball, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the play that he made. It was a beautiful thing. Oh, yeah. Well, Lynn said, I guess Hines Allen did make a comment about being willing to injure. Who isn't? That's football. If you play defense, you're willing to injure somebody.
Yeah.
That's the whole name of the game.
That's I mean, honestly, we wish the Bills would have that mentality.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they try to, lead with the shoulder and stuff like that. I remember somebody in the Discord chat talking about tackling yesterday. I mean, it might have been Dorothy, but I think that's a mentality thing, like the Jaguars, that culture had to have existed at the very least at the beginning of the season when their new coaching staff came in. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the offseason, when the coaching staff comes in and they say, this is the style of football we're going to play. You're going to hit hard. You're going to do whatever it takes to get a guy down. You're going to wrap up. All these things. Yeah. And then they go about making sure that all the players they have on defense are abiding by that mantra, that mindset. You know what I'm saying? And I think for the Bills, it's tough. It's tough because it's a pass first defense. To run, whatever you want to say, run funnel defense. It's a pass focused defense. So the players kind of have to be finesse, in a sense, because you got to be good at pass coverage in order to. And usually, being good at pass coverage, you're not going to be known to be very physical, right? There aren't many players in the league that can do both. Play physically and be great in pass defense. So all that's to say, you're on an uphill battle trying to get these pass coverage guys, these finesse guys, to adopt a tough, physical mentality. And the other side of that too is you try to get a bunch of finesse guys to try and play physical and just commit to it,
and they hurt themselves.
Right?
I remember Mac a long time ago. We talked about offense versus he played wide receiver, second, third, and I said, well, why didn't you ever try defense? You get more burn. He said, I don't want to hurt people. I'd rather keep myself from being injured than injure people. And that's why he didn't want to play defense. It's a direct quote. And I never thought about it. I said, I like hitting people. I like hitting people. So,
I'm different. Like I mean, obviously I play safety, so I like, give me the ball. I want to take the ball away. So like playing pass, like seeing the look on people's face when they thought they was going to catch it and you got it, like that is nothing like that. You know what I mean? So I don't think I would have been, like, if I was in the league, I don't think I would have been one of those guys that's afraid to hit. But man, I gotta be so far away from being able to pick the ball off in order to like really think I'm about to go lay this wood. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
I used to take pride in trying to blow somebody.
Yeah,
up.
See that? I can imagine.
Get through the line and hit the fullback. Fullback sometimes bigger than me, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm going through him. I'm not gonna go around. I'm going through him. He knows I'm coming. I don't care. So yeah, but that was that. When Max said that, and now we're talking about the dirty versus. No, that was if you for the people here that watched the Steelers in the 90s, they're laughing at the way the Jacksonville Jaguars played yesterday. I mean, Greg Lloyd, Kevin Greens, the Leon. Oh no, they're laughing. Yeah. Rod Woodson's. Oh, I mean, you guys that were Bills fans, you remember back in the early 90s that commercial, the NFL commercial that had Don Beebe spin off his head and the ball popped out. Yeah, that's how it was, and Laura laughed at me. Yeah, I mean, but it's just a different game because they changed the rules, but the mentality has been passed down. So the defensive issues are them trying to figure out how can we stay with the old, but usher in this new regime. Look at what James Harrison used to say when he got all those personal foul hits because he hit wrong. He's like, I guess I need to put the pillow down and lay him down gently on the pillow. I cannot. It's true. You see this dude suplex a fan. You think he cares about a quarterback?
No, not at all. Not at
you
all.
Can't be sued by the quarterback. You're sued by the fan.
Y'all remember that hit that Nate Clements laid on Brady back?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nate Clements was that was one of my favorite players back in that time, man. Oh, yeah. I was so mad we didn't sign him. Give him a contract extension. Yeah. Let him go to freaking San Francisco, man.
Yeah, I don't think they could. I think they whatever. I don't know what it was, but they weren't willing to pay him. So whatever. Roy said Vontaze Burfict was a dirty player. I loved Vontaze Burfict.
I liked him too.
You did.
I was like, still don't even want to make a tackle. He wants to hit you into the. Oh man.
Yeah. My thing with Vontaze was he came into the NFL in the wrong era.
He did.
You know what I mean? Like if he was here in like the 2000s and
like 70s.
Well, yeah. If he was here in the 70s, but he might have been a little too small to play linebacker back then.
His brain said, "I'm going through everybody."
Laura says, super happy for Trey, especially after all the hate he got from fans. Indisputably proved he has something valuable to contribute.
Yeah.
So this is one of the more interesting things with Trey White because he did these injuries happened at the end of his career, but the one thing that they did for Trey is they extended his career by probably a couple of years if you really think about it, because seeing the way Trey has played over the last few weeks, it seems like he's back to his old ways in terms of, I'm going to play zone on my guy, but I'm going to see the entire play develop and go make a play where I had no business being.
That playing the tight end.
Yeah, exactly. Or the pass breakup in the end zone where he almost picked it off. That was beautiful, but that was nowhere near his assignment.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that was him reading the play and coming out of nowhere to make a big time play. That's old school Trey, right? And I think, you know, the dilemma we face. The dilemma we face now is there's going to be a conversation about giving him another 1-year contract for next year. And I do think that there are going to be a lot of people that are completely against it. I don't think I'm going to be one of those people anymore.
No, I'm definitely not. Yeah.
Because my concern going into this season was, the obsession over nostalgia and continuing to bring old players back. I don't think Trey White's, because I heard this on WGR this morning, I don't think Trey White's success validates the Bills continuing to bring back old players. I don't think that.
No.
I think we had a great player, an all-pro player, a player that led this defense for many years, have a couple of injuries, struggle getting back healthy. Now that he's back fully healthy and trusting in his knees and you know, everything that he's, you know, put into his you know, strengthening his legs and all the muscles and soft tissue around those areas, he trusts it now, so he can go out there and just focus on the game and focus on playing. And this is what it looks like.
Yeah, I think being back in Buffalo too, that he is one guy.
The scheme, you mean?
I think just the city. I think
really?
He's got juice by being in the red, white, and blue again, being that one Bill drive. I think Trey White is definitely, you know, like he said, when he played here in Baltimore last year to end the season, he said, I don't want to leave here. I got to be back here. Get me back here. And for that 1 year, if you can get Trey White to feed into Max Harrison another year, to maybe, you know, not live together, but quasi live together in the off season, say, okay, let's watch some film. Let's go out and run this stuff. Let's see where your head is at. You know, big brother, little brother, whatever I'm all for it. Bring him back. Yeah. And you know, he'll come back. You know, he will. Cause for him, money is like, I'm not going to say whatever, but
he's made enough.
Yeah. You know, and he just wants to be somewhere where he's appreciated, somewhere he loves, somewhere he knows that they believe in him. And McDermott, they traded back, gave up on Mahomes and got Trey White.
Right.
And ever since that day, Trey White's known, you know, where he stands in McDermott's eyes, Bean's eyes, and the fans' eyes. We all love him. Yep. You know, why don't we? He's a hell of a guy, hell of a character, hell of a personality, and now he's matching up with what's on the field, which is what we usually don't see with these retreads that the Bills bring back. Jordan Phillips, we love him because of what he does in Miami. He pumps the crowd up, but he does nothing else really.
Exactly.
You know, Shaq Lawson, they keep bringing him back and they let him play, but he's like a lesser Gregory.
He's still here? Did we
he's like the squad?
Okay. Yeah. I was wondering where he is because I'm like, I know we brought him in, but and this is kind of the crazy part. Like, Shaq Lawson is on the practice squad, but we keep bringing this guy Andre Jones up. I don't know if I understand that quite well enough to. It's
got to be special teams because I know he plays on kickoffs.
Okay.
That's got to be it because I've watched him, you know, on a snap by snap basis. He's a power rusher, but he's only like 6'4", 250.
Yeah.
So he's not big enough to power rush, and he kind of gets stymied all the time. He doesn't get pressure. You know, Shaq Lawson's heavy-handed. He's a strong dude, and if you want to get pressure, that's the guy I would put out there. But I think it's the special teams contribution that gets him on the field.
All right. I mean, you really can't argue with one of the better special teams units in the league this year. So, okay. That's fine. Right. Roy says Denver. You talking about Denver? We'll come back to that.
Man, we ain't no time about Denver.
I mean that's Friday's show. To be perfectly honest, we can touch on.
I'm not even watching the Nuggets right now. No, I'm joking.
Jeff says, "Yo, fellas, big win in Jacksonville, but why nobody talking about how 58 is getting back better every week? Big play for him this week. A little reminder. Gee, you forgot about 58?
I didn't forget about 58, but I'm ready to move on for 58. I'm ready.
So I think there, and I don't think I disagree with you at all. Yeah. I think there's some fatigue with 58 because for this sucks because I feel like I'm like poo-pooing on a very impressive win, but this dude shows up in so many ways every other week. You know what I'm saying? It like, I don't know if it's matchup dependent. I haven't done that kind of research yet to make that assessment and say anything, to that effect. But you don't see it week in and week out the way you used to see it earlier in his career. You know what I'm saying? Like earlier in his career when he was, younger and probably still taking the PEDs, he was much more consistent in making plays every game. That's how you get a first team All-Pro. You got to be known as that guy that week in and week out, he's popping off the tape every single time you turn it on.
Yeah. See, my issue with 58 is this. He's a free agent after this exit, whether it's Super Bowl or not. He's a free agent. Now, is what he's doing on the field, is that going to make McDermott and Bean say, you know what, let's re-up him? That's what I'm afraid of. Are we going to re-up him, and at what cost? Is it a 1-year contract? Is he amicable to a $3 million contract for a year to come back and run it back? Or is he looking at trying to get paid? And my mind is saying I'm ready to move on 58 because he's playing well, but he's playing himself out of a contract that we're willing to offer him, I hope. More power to him. The best to him if he decides to move on and chase the money, which is fine. That's his prerogative. I'm good with that. But I think for the sake of this team, we have to really pursue getting younger and getting cheaper on the salary cap, so we can make those kind of moves going down line that we want to make to be more viable and more exciting for years to come.
Mm-hmm. Lynn says Trey, Poe, and Gabriel have made positive impacts on this team. I admit that I was against bringing back the old players, but they added to the team. Yeah. I mean, listen. To me, the biggest additions this season for older players has been Trey and Poyer. I think what Poyer's been able to do from a coach on the field standpoint with our second round pick and the safety, what's his name? Cole Bishop has paid dividends on top of dividends on top of dividends, because that dude is around the ball all the time now. Like it is very, and now I'm when I say this, I don't want people to harp on how negative it sounds, because it's saying a lot about this player, and that's what I mean that's what I mean by it when I say it. But Cole Bishop is quite possibly the only second round pick that we've had that's been worth a damn here.
James Cook.
I'm sorry. I forgot about James Cook. Sorry about James Cook.
Okay, we're brothers again.
So the second best second round pick that we've had here. But what other second round picks have we had that have done anything besides James Cook and now Cole Bishop?
Slim pickings, man.
Yeah, I mean, like Keon Coleman's technically a second round pick, and he hasn't. He the way he's been used and whatever you want to say about his production is what it is, but. To see Cole Bishop stepping into this role where he is now the playmaking safety on the team, right? I guess the only thing that is, how can I say this? The only thing that I wish was different in Cole Bishop's career was that it wasn't reliant, I guess, on Poyer being there, right? Because, and I'm not saying that it's going to be that way next year, when Poyer retires, but we didn't see this before Poyer.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Micah Hyde was here last year, and we didn't see Cole Bishop playing like this, and not to create any tension between Hyde and Poyer or anything like that either, but Poyer's here, Cole Bishop takes a step, and here's the other part of it too. When Poyer got on the field is really when we started to see Cole Bishop really pop all like that.
I think the point we're missing here is that Taylor Rapp's not on the field. That's the point. That's the big point. Poyer.
What is his contract situation? Let me look his up. Is he still under contract next year?
I believe so. I think he
didn't. They give him an extension last year?
Yeah, I think he has a void year in 2027, but I'm not sure. But yeah, no, I think the major thing we're overlooking, not you. When it comes to Bishop per se, is that Poyer can do. Mm-hmm. He's a true split safety. He can play, in a multitude of different ways.
Yep.
Where Taylor Rapp can't. Taylor Rapp is a box safety. Taylor Rapp is like DeMar Hamlin.
So Taylor Rapp is under contract through next year. I'm
Right.
sorry, no. So in 2024, he signed a 3-year deal, 3 years, $10 million.
Was the third year a void year though, or no?
Let me go to over the cap.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just curious whether I thought he had a void year to make it make sense, but maybe not.
All right, so his contract hits a no
void year.
no
Okay.
void years. No, so
When they restructure him, they'll have him.
his last year is 2026. So
Okay,
next year will
next
be
year.
his last year. His cap hit is going to be $3.7 million.
Yeah.
No guaranteed salary though, unless they restructure
I
something.
would say they can get rid of him. I thought
Yeah.
they could get rid of him after this season. So that was what it was. They had everything basically guaranteed this year. So after this year, it was basically a 1-year deal. Is what I remember him saying. So.
Yeah. So if they cut him, they only have to pay him the bonuses, which is like $600,000.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Yeah. Right.
Real quick, I just gotta say hi to Vu. Hi, Vu.
Oh snap! Where's Vu at?
Who's in here?
Yeah, he was asking where I am. So.
Oh my god!
I wish. See, we can't see the chat, so yeah, we're not there yet.
Man.
But yeah.
Here he is. Who we on today? All right, here he comes every time.
Not yet. I
Who you
don't
talking
think.
about?
I don't think we're on anybody's, but today,
No.
not yet.
No, not at all.
Not
at all.
Okay. So let's no.
Terry Hughes?
No, you're talking about bringing it back.
Oh.
Scroll up because there's a couple. Okay, so that one right there. We'll do that one first. Would I pay Shaq Thompson? He's not a spring check. I wouldn't, only because what you just said, he's not a spring check. But see, he gives you the blueprint for what you need in that role. He gives you exactly what you're looking for, what makes that offense go, that defense go. So what I tasked Bean with and Jerry Gray with and whoever auxiliary staff is finding somebody with that skill set that we can bring in and we can elevate. Will you lose a step? But how good was Shaq Thompson really? Is it that he's dominating, or is it that his skill set really helps his defense go? I think that's to me is more so the success of Shaq Thompson more is what he's doing on the field. You see him missing tackles, you see him out of position sometimes. He's not a perfect player, but at the same time, he is what they needed in this defense.
I do pay him. I pay him for as long as he wants to stay here. I think he is a major proponent of the style of play that Sean McDermott wants to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I think having a guy like that in the locker room at a prime position, middle linebacker, quarterbacking the defense, I think his style of play tends to rub off on the players around him, or in the similar fashion that Jordan Poyer's play rubs off on Cole Bishop. I think you have to have one or two of those guys on your defense with all of these finesse players to really bring that out of them. Because if you keep Terrell Bernard as your middle linebacker and you give him the captaincy, the defense has emulated what he is, which is very finesse, great in pass defense, but at the same time, very finesse, tries to cheat and go underneath blocks instead of going over like you're supposed to and shooting gaps. And you know what I mean? Like he's Terrell Bernard doesn't, not that he doesn't want to, but there's not enough desire, I guess, in him for that to innately come out.
That's just not his game. I mean, that's 100% right what you're saying. It's not his game. But I mean, for me, the succession plan for Shaq Thompson isn't Terrell Bernard. So maybe that's my flawed logic. I would question who's out there, who's younger, who can play that role. I don't know. So I had to look it up. But I think those are the questions you have to ask when you evaluate what Shaq Thompson wants and what you want to pay him. Because that's one of those deals where you can't be like, okay, he did this last year at 34 years old. Let's pay him for what he did, and then he gets hurt or something like that. Anybody can get hurt, but I would rather just get younger there and let a young boy go out there and fly around the field and make plays if we could find one.
My dream scenario would be have him back for one more year, draft a rookie middle linebacker to learn underneath him and take over sometime during the year.
That's what I
that I could definitely go with that. I think what we really need to worry about is when you say pay him, a year, whatever the case, a vet min deal. If he wants a vet min deal, if Milano wants a vet min deal, you can have them. They can be your backup depth. They can do whatever you want, and help somebody along the way. But if Zach Tom's looking for like $6, $7, $8 million, I can't do it.
I don't think he would. I mean, how much is he making right now?
I can look it up.
All right. While you do that, Lindsay says, I sense the Bills currently have the same feel that the 2007 New York Giants had at their run to the Super Bowl. I tell you what, I mean, there's only one playoff quarterback better than Eli Manning, and that's Josh Allen. There's only one.
That's what we're doing? That's where we're going, huh? Okay.
How good was that defense in 07 now? Is our defense matching with that defense?
Wasn't that the record-setting year for Michael Strahan?
Wait a minute. Wait, who said this? Lindsay?
Lindsay said this. She initiated the conversation that destroyed.
Lindsay, you got one strike. That's one strike against you. You threw him an alley for Eli Manning. That's unforgivable. Unforgivable.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
I love it. But yeah, I do. So okay, I'll jump slightly ahead just for a second here. I put in the Discord chat last night that based off of what I've seen this weekend, right now I'm gonna say Bills Patriots in the title game, right? Because I think the Patriots. I think they have good enough coaching to be able to deal with what they're going to face from the Texans. And frankly, I think the Bills have seen this iteration of the Broncos, maybe not year 2 version of it, but I don't think year 2 version of the Broncos is that much better than year 1. I just don't think Bo Nix has really taken enough of a step forward to be able to, go toe-to-toe with this pass defense. And they don't have a run game. They just, I mean, Sean Payton typically does not have a great run game anyway. He typically has to have like a playmaking running back to have any kind of, thing going in the run in the run game for him. So anyway, I say all that to say,
who was it? That's that RJ Harvey and Audrey. Is Ustomate even still here?
No,
I don't think he's still.
No.
Yeah,
I'd be curious to know what percentage of rushing is Bo Nix on the team. Because he's been rushing a bit more this year, hasn't he?
Let's find out.
You want to know the percentage of rushing yards?
Yeah, between the team. How much is
got that?
Nick's responsible for?
All right, cool.
You keep talking. I'll figure this out.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, the fact that this Bills team has to win all road games just to make it to the Super Bowl, and then the team that we thought would be there in the Eagles is gone. Right. So the roster matchup that you thought would present the biggest test for the Bills is not there. And to be quite honest, I mean, excuse me, looking at what the Bills did to that Panthers defense, running the ball, and then seeing the fact that, the Rams really couldn't run the ball all that well against them. And they Matt Stafford kind of struggled in the pass game too. I mean, man, I think with where the Bills are now, having the number 1 pass defense, I mean, the Rams are the best test left to face us in the Super Bowl. And I think at that point, I'm feeling pretty good going into that game, thinking that we can win. So, yeah, I think I'm in full agreement with this Bills team is developing that feel of, like, I put it like this. I'm still saying if now, because I haven't done all of the research going into this Denver game. But if the Bills go into Denver and win that game, I think people are going to start talking about that around the league too. I mean, this is Josh Allen taking down teams one by one, doing exactly what Eli Manning did on his run to the Super Bowl. And
oh God. Okay. Okay. All right. Keep it together, Key. Keep it together.
If you guys are enjoying this Eli Manning talk, make sure to hit that like button. There's over 80 of you in here.
All I heard was a controller flying halfway across the desk.
Yep. Keep poking the bear. And then to your answer to your question, I can't get out now because I'm upset. Regular season, Bo Nix was about 18% of the rushing offense.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Woo.
Yeah, you done?
I'm just.
Y'all done talking about Eli? Y'all done? Or just gonna keep going? I mean, I can't do it, Eli, man. I can't do it.
Oh man, that's so funny. That is so funny. Okay, all right.
Elisha Manning. Ugh.
Lynn says, I love Milano, but yes, it's better for the team to let him move on unless he takes a super team friendly deal.
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
I think I see. Okay, so let's say he does take a team friendly deal. Let's say he takes what Taylor Rapp is getting, $3 million a year. You okay with that?
For Milano?
Yeah.
How many years?
2. It could be one. It could be one. 1 year and one void year. And if he want, if they want to keep him, then they just restructure.
You get no restructure. Just that. if you want to give him guaranteed league minimum, sure, whatever. I mean, because that's the way you massage it. Can you get incentives in there that he would have to have incentives like playing a certain amount of games, playing a certain percentage of games. I don't even care about his stats. I want his incentives to be: are you healthy? Are you available? Because your best ability is availability, is what McDermott said 9 years ago. I didn't forget, McDermott. You said that. Now you got these guys that's not available on the team. So yeah, I think if you're going to massage it to be $3 million, yeah, cut Rapp. I've already done that in my head. I mean, he's not even a bill right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, he's here, but it does my life better when I don't think of him being on this team. Because honestly, Bishop has, as soon as Rapp went out, Bishop, I mean, you could say Poyer, you could say whatever, but I think Bishop really had to slide into his natural ability with Rapp out.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. And yeah. I think obviously, Rapp is a better safety Poyer's a better safety than Rapp. So that alleviates a lot of pressure on himself. We don't know how much Bishop had to cover. And that leads me to Jordan Hancock. Everybody's he sucks. Get him off the field. The moment was too big for him.
Yeah,
but that's what. Yeah, that's what happens.
Get a lot of playing time either.
I was going to say that's what happens when you throw somebody in that doesn't know what they're doing.
Right.
They have no chemistry with anybody. They're like, okay, this is the playoffs, and there's a lot of stuff happening here.
Right. When you see me go like this, right, you got to do this. When you see me go like this, you got to go over here. And the whole time he's got people screaming as loud as they possibly can. What the heck am I supposed to do?
And when he says do this, that means call timeout because I'm lost. I'm over my head. I'm sorry.
Right.
At least he's not afraid of tackling. He was laying the boom out there.
Yeah. He will do that. And I think the same way we talked about Bishop last year, it's the same way we'll talk about Hancock next year if we have to.
Oh no, please no mushroom. I don't.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, everybody's talking about how Bishop was garbage and this, that, and he can't play because Nico Collins, and then all of a sudden things happen. He gets slid into a natural role with some familiarity, and next thing you know, it takes off.
But see, the thing with that is, I think Bishop not only has Bishop been hurt both training camps, but we didn't see anything from him early on until he was in the games playing. You know what I'm saying? So I think the difference with Hancock is, early training camp and all that, we've seen flashes
and good.
Right. Yeah. So my hope is that they just kind of realize we have a guy that can do the job next year. We don't need to worry about putting a veteran in there. If Taylor Rapp is going to be kept under contract because he's a guy that we know, and the devil is better than the devil you don't. Okay, fine. But let Hancock be the guy because you drafted him to be the guy, and don't pretend like you didn't either.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I wanted to get to some of these comments too.
I was mining for comments.
Did you guys hit the super chat?
No, we're flying blind, man. This is terrible. Where's our comments?
We did. No, we did. Okay, my man, Sonny, man, I appreciate that.
Alaska. Oh man, Alaska.
Appreciate
what it be like over there?
Yeah. It says the thing that impressed me was Trey White turning back the clock. Josh is the best player in the NFL. Period. Go Bills. Thank you very much for that, sir. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate that.
Yeah,
all the way from Alaska too. So it's like the sun is out right now for you, ain't it? And
he's just now eating lunch.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, like we said with Trey White, I think a lot of it was rejuvenation of being in Buffalo. I think he really loves Buffalo. He loves the city. He loves being with the guys that are here. He was one of the architects that helped build this thing, in 2017, and to come back and take another go at it, after going out and seeing what's out there. And seeing how the teams are run, obviously one of the coaches he played for just got fired, and the other one is is doing this thing over in LA, but he wasn't there that long. So, you know, I don't know. It's just Billy D said all of UI's defense. IU, I don't know if I want all, but they are good. I wanted a CJ West from them last year, but that didn't happen. What you got?
What you think here, bro? Trey Hendrickson and George Pickens are both free agents next year.
I'm gonna pound the table again because it was mentioned, and I'm never gonna stop this.
Here we go.
I gotta take my stance.
All right.
There is a guy in the NFL that was drafted with one of our guys that is not appreciated by his team. There's a guy on a rookie contract, a second and something else. Bring Brian Thomas Jr. to Buffalo.
Really?
Bring him to Buffalo.
They were talking about it on WGR this morning.
Were they?
Because they were debating they don't have enough room anymore with the way that Parker Washington has emerged, and then they have Travis Hunter coming back. They have Jacoby Myers. Like, they're loaded. And so they were like, they might be looking for some picks to move on from one of their receivers.
I went that one because he's on a rookie deal. He's got a 5th-year option. And I mean,
he's been like a one-trick pony this year. I mean, and last year too. I mean, I get he put up a lot of numbers, but a lot of his stuff last year was just go deep.
I know that's what we need.
No, man.
no. I mean, honestly, everybody's lauding. Okay, this I'm gonna stay with the BTJ talk, because the reason why I like BTJ is because he's on a rookie deal. I like that. You have 3 more years with him if you so choose. 2 more if he's just absolute dookie juice and you want to get rid of him. But you know, when everybody's talking about this offense, it turned a corner as soon as we got Brandon Cooks. Did it? Brandon Cooks Brandon Cooks has what, 7 catches on 15 targets for 159 yards. The first 3 weeks, the previous 3 weeks, he didn't register a yard of offense. So, you know, what I'm getting at is the production that he has now, and the production we've seen, I don't think it really is so much him as much as is them opening up their play, but opening up the scheme, opening up, you know, the route combinations that they wanted to neglect before. I mean, he's a good player, but he's not revolutionizing our offense. It's just that with him, now we can do that thing that Elijah Moore should have been able to do. We can do that thing that, you know, other guys that they were looking for should have been able to do. Brian Thomas Jr., if you want. The only thing I think about Brian Thomas Jr. is that we don't have that wide receiver coach that we used to have that made people good. So, you know, this guy has it. Everybody's regressed in our offense. All of them. Shakir is now a running back. All of them.
Who apparently can't pass block well.
Oh my God! So we got to put Ty Johnson in for him now. Even Frank Gore,
his percentages are very low in pass blocking.
So stupid.
Yeah,
he shouldn't be pass. He can't pass receiving.
That's kind of my point.
But I don't know if you guys saw this, but I did the math. Right, I actually looked this up and ran a couple research queries. You know how I never like researching. With Khalil Shakir's performance yesterday, he is now the 25th lowest receiving yards player for anybody who had more than 12 receptions in the game.
I think it was also the lowest yardage with 12 plus catches in postseason history or something like that.
Yeah, postseason history. Yep. So this man's out there fighting for his life. Did you see the stat that said he's 4th in the league in yards after catch, but he's 44th in the league in total yards receiving? Explain that to me. I mean, how many tunnel screens does this guy get? Did you see the first down where he spun off the guy, got his jersey tugged, and he still? This is a weapon.
Yeah.
This is a bona fide weapon.
He was making a few catches over in the middle of the field too. It was really nice.
But he's a weapon.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Do you think that Cooks is the reason why we saw Khalil Shakir get a target downfield yesterday? Him being in this offense? Because if so, don't you want to bring that back? Not for Cooks, but so that Shakir can actually go down the field more?
Yeah, I think that was more scheme related. I think, you know, when you're playing against a zone scheme like that, you're going to be able to find more openings, and these receivers are more suited for playing against, you know, zone coverages anyway, just because typically a receiver who's not a separator needs to at the very least be able to read a zone well enough to just find the open spot and sit down. So I think what we saw yesterday from our receivers should be taken as they just played well against the coverage that suits what they do well. Now, whether that sounds positive or negative, that you take it for what it is, but Josh Allen also plays extremely well against the zone too. And I think we've seen what happens already this season when teams line up and play press man against our receivers. The numbers go down significantly as far as success rate, yards per pass, all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to poo-poo on the idea of keeping Cooks, but if we keep Cooks, I still want to try to go out and find another bona fide outside separator, not named Josh Palmer. And I think doing that will put the Bills in a position, whether it's drafting or signing a wide receiver, I think that'll put the Bills in a position where they feel comfortable not having to rely on the pass all the time. They can still have a strong run game. They can still play, whatever they want to do with this everybody eats stuff and be totally fine. I think Cooks is not going to really cost you anything next season. And the cost of, finding a real separator, it shouldn't be hard with some of these receivers that I'm hearing are coming out, coming into the draft. I mean, you just find, like, Parker Washington is a 6th round pick.
Yes, wide receivers. It's not hard to find the skill set if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You have to know what you're looking for. And the Bills, they fluctuate between big receiver, small receiver. McDermott said, "I want speed." They don't get speed. They get this. They get so it's the scheme, like you said. Yesterday was I mean, what's got a bug up my butt? What'd I do? Anyway,
because you sound so negative about Milano. I don't know.
It might be. Am I negative because I want Brian Thomas Jr. still? No. But I mean, I think what it is for me is it's really sign me for $1 million. Hey, yeah, let's do it. Milano needs to move on. Any small contract still keeping him playing when he's clearly just about done. With that logic, sign Keys for $1 million. Yeah, I'll take the insult. No, I'm joking. But yeah, and Lynn, dang well Spectre. I'm not calling a spectator. Spectre is not my favorite player.
Let me go and hide this so you can finish your point.
I don't even.
Right, exactly. I'm scrolling.
But I like you said. I think you said it exactly what I said. There's so many guys out there that should be able to do what Cooks does, that you should be able to find somebody and identify somebody. So that's why I say I'm not worried about Brandon Cooks because of what he's done. I mean, he had 151 yards against who was 2 weeks ago? Not the Jets. Who was it before that? Was that
before the Jets? The Eagles?
Eagles.
Okay.
150 on 4 catches, 151 yards. He had 59 yards yesterday. So in the last 2 games, he had 158 yards. 3 games previous to that, he had 0. El Zippo, the game before that, when he had 13 yards. So, I mean, okay, he can get off. But what NFL receiver shouldn't be able to get off? And that's the thing. Like, you should be able to get off. It's not like it's just, I don't know. I mean, I liked his numbers. He did well. He brought us a lot of value, but I think you can get that with somebody that you can take, because he's how old? Was he 32? 30? Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring him along for a vet men, sure. But see, I don't want to get into the habit of bringing all these guys back on vet men's just to say we have them. I want to say we got Josh Allen. Hey, it's the same way people say, with Sean McDermott, the cap is here. We're never going to get over the hump with McDermott. And everybody's, you've said, but if we're not getting over the hump, what difference if we go to back to the drought, or if we stay middling? It's still a loss. And I want to see if we can find somebody out there that can get us over the hump, that's younger, that we might be able to entertain for a long contract. I'm in the business of trying to pay people long-term deals. I'm tired of these 1-year deals. I want a long-term player. I want somebody like, there he is. That's him right there. And we've seen them in the past, but we haven't seen them as often as I would like. And for where I'm going with this, who was the defensive end that I wanted when we got Bosa? Jason Owe, Odafe Owe. You saw what he did last night. He had 3 sacks last night. He had 11 sacks on the season.
Yeah.
We could have dealt with a 27-year-old Jason Owe and said, here's 5 years, 40 million, or whatever the case may be, and be good, in a rotation, whatever you want to do. But instead, we keep doing these 1-year contracts. It's like, identify somebody that's going to be the face of this offense or defense for a couple of years to come.
Well, I think what's happening here for those of you that have been with us the entire time here is Key is slowly turning into me, and I am slowly turning into Key, because my mindset on this is I know Sean's not going to do that. I know he's not going to rely on young players. We've seen it this year. He will only do it when he absolutely has to. So I think from that standpoint alone, if I'm looking at the value of Brandon Cook's production versus how much we're paying him, I'll take that chance next year too. I'll take the chance of him coming in, and that's why I said I would take Brandon Cooks as my number 2 receiver. I think in this offense, Brandon Cooks can be a number 2 receiver. I think, and not number 2 receiver from the standpoint of he gets number 2 targets. Like I think
he's your Z basically.
No. Yes, just like in position only. I think the number 2 go-to guy is still Shakir behind Kincaid if they want to continue to try this experiment with Kincaid going forward. But I think what you're gonna have to pay for lack of a better way to put it, an actual number 2 receiver, you can pay Cooks and get the same production based on what the Bills want to run, because he's a good separator, and you need that playing a West Coast system, which is what the Bills are primarily doing this season. And B, you with what you're getting out of Kincaid and Shakir, you're not really going to need too much from Cooks if you're still focused on drafting that number 1 target on the outside. If the Bills are not trying to still put Keon Coleman in that spot.
Yeah, I mean,
you get what I mean?
I'm not worried about Savers. I'm not worried about, Coleman. I'm not worried about really anybody but Shakir. That's the only receiver on this team that I'm like, I have to have. Everybody else can fight out for other 3 positions, whatever the case may be, but that works out for you. Obviously, Gabe Davis is not going to be a factor, even if you wanted him to be, until this time next year with the knee injury.
Yeah.
And that's one guy I was like, I really did raise an eye to like, maybe that's the one. But I really, really, really want to see somebody come in here that we actually can sign for a long-term deal. And we've seen it happen. It's just I just think it's a mix of I don't want to say laziness, familiarity, comfort. Where have they been before? The Bills don't like to get somebody that they think may be able to be that guy. They want somebody that has been that guy. And they always look for that person that's been that guy. And it seems like that's where they're stuck. Von Miller, Bosa's, the list goes on and on and on with guys they sign. Shaq Thompson wanted to be in Buffalo because of McDermott. Trey White wanted to be in Buffalo because of pretty much being McDermott and the rest of the guys. So there's merit there, but I still want to keep the high performing backups. Brandon Cooks, we're going to give you $2 million. Is that good? Yes or no? That's my number. And
well, he's going to want to play. I mean, that's why he came here, or that's why he was released.
Well, and that's another thing. That's my number. If you want to play, prove it. That's the thing. Prove it. If you believe in yourself to that degree,
you don't think he's proving it now?
Next year's a new year for me. So if I bring in a new offensive coordinator, we'll say I bring in a wide receiver, number, whatever the case may be, Keon Coleman pops. He's working with Eric Moulder, Andre Reed, whoever it was, and he decides to really turn it on. I'm not giving you a spot. I'm not giving anybody but Shakir a spot. You have the ability to be the number 2 if you beat the other 5 guys. And I think that's the problem that the Bills go through right now. They don't give, they don't put real competition out there. They say, I want this guy. How do we make it work? With Trey Whites and stuff like that. Max Harrison he got hurt. Dane Jackson, was that really competition? No. Who else was there? Cam Lewis? No. So by virtue of that, there you go. They could have got your boy, but they didn't want to really breed that kind. They said Max Harrison's our guy right now. Mm-hmm. Or Trey White's our guy. They didn't want to go and get Will Johnson for fear of their 2nd-round draft pick or whatever it may go and tear it up. And now we got to figure this part out because what do we do with Max Harrison now? We took him first.
Then that Dorian Strong injury happened.
Yep.
Yeah, and the way that thing looks, I'd be surprised if he comes back.
Yeah, I don't think.
Just based off of what Thigh Doctor said when we had him on the show, it looks really bad for Dorian.
It sounds
Strong.
like an Eric Wood type situation.
Yep. But I think that brings about a kind of an interesting conversation surrounding Shakir, because one of the things that we say about Shakir all the time is he's the best receiver on the team. Get him the ball, right?
Who's that? I'm sorry.
Downfield.
Shakir. Right? Yes, exactly. Downfield, right? We know we've seen what he looks like catching the ball downfield, right? So it's not like he hasn't done any of that in the NFL, but I think what makes that a really interesting conversation that's connected to what we were just talking about is part of your reasoning for not valuing Brandon Cooks is because I'll put it like this. You've said the only guy you're keeping next year is Shakir, right? And I understand the reasoning. He's been the best receiver on the team, but I think that makes me ask why. Why Shakir has been the best receiver on this team? You know what I mean? And if you think about it, you have to ask the question, is Shakir only the best receiver on this team because he's been targeted the most? Or is he the best receiver on this team because of what he does on the field? Or is he the best receiver on this team because of his numbers? Like, what is it that he's doing that a Brandon Cooks can't do, or that a Keon Coleman, if used properly, can't do, or that a Josh Palmer, if targeted several times a game, couldn't do? You know what I mean? Like, I understand that each guy has their own skill set or whatever, but if we're trying to make this conversation apples to apples, what is it about Shakir that puts him above the rest of the guys? Because right now, to me, it seems like it's just the targets.
Well, if you're asking me, I think I look at the intangibles. I think he's a 3-level player. I haven't seen anybody else with the screen game. I haven't seen anybody else become a wide receiver running back other than Deebo Samuel. But we also see that Shakir, his route running polish, his savvy in and out of breaks is probably the best on the team. If you want him to go long, he can at 6 feet. You've seen him high point the ball. He works well with Josh, and when Josh goes in the scramble drill, stuff like that, they have a rapport. That's where Josh's safe zone has been for the last year or so. When he gets in trouble, where's 10? And I think when you're looking at a quarterback like Josh Allen trying to make him comfortable, you got to understand that his best safety, his best comfort is 10 at all times. And I think if you need a play from anybody on this team, it's going to be Khalil Shakir. That's just me. I don't think it's really Tigers, because if you look at his numbers don't impress me at all. And it's not his fault. The only thing that impresses me is his yak. That's the only thing that impresses me. But I think the ability to do everything on the field, and people don't realize he's a 4-3, 4-4 guy, because he doesn't get a chance to showcase that. But if you watch his Boise tape, you'll see there's a lot of meat left on the bone that we're never going to see with this guy. His
pass blocking is terrible.
You're right.
He
doesn't play teams either. He doesn't play teams. Right. Knock that down.
He just punt returns.
He got that.
He punts catches.
He doesn't even catch it anymore. He just lets it go back towards the end zone.
They tell him don't do it. They say don't touch it.
He's backsliding. Shakir is on the downturn. Get him out of here.
He's regressing already. But I think if you ask Shakir to do anything on that field, you would be impressed with what the result would be. And I think that's something that's unique to him as opposed to anybody else on this field. I don't see Shavers taking anything. I don't see Shavers in that role. I don't really see Keon Coleman in that role. I see him as the big slot that could be, he doesn't drop a lot of passes. Could be short-handed enough, but I don't know.
You talking about Shavers?
No, Keon Coleman.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that he has the playmaking ability after the catch that Shakir does.
He doesn't have the speed.
Yeah.
He can break tackles though.
He can break tackles.
Maybe not as much as Shakir. But.
Yeah. He needs to be in an air raid system. Mm-hmm. If you're going to keep Keon Coleman on the outside, the only way you're going to get him open is forcing teams to play zone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're going to have. And air raid systems typically force teams to play zone because not every corner can stay with a receiver downfield with them all running downfield, deep crossers and things like that. So if you're going to keep Coleman on the outside, you got to start running more wide open concept stuff in your passing game. But that brings me to my next point, because I think what we're seeing in what we've seen in this game, while we do have to be objective and be careful not to overhype the receiver play, did you see that route that Shavers got on his one catch of the game?
Yeah. Yep.
Did you see him stick that corner and turn him around? if
When I saw that, I was like, that reminded me so much of the routes we would see from Diggs all the time.
Yes.
Maybe it was just the number that he wears, but I was like, I haven't seen someone stick like that in a while.
Man, when I saw that, I was like, that's it right there. That's what you need from a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Get him the ball more so that we can see more of that.
But see,
because that dude is balling.
See, this is what I'm talking about. The way you're amped right now, what has he done that's special to a wide receiver, NFL wide receiver?
What do you mean? What has he done that's
what you're lauding is something that they should be able to do in my mind. And no, you're right.
Okay,
You're right.
okay.
But what I'm saying is that's an indictment on the receivers that we have and the receivers that the performances that we've seen. You know,
Yeah,
and
well, I mean,
you're right.
If used properly, all of them can do that.
Should. But see, that's where I go with it, and I'm like, Bumbo.
Oh man, all right.
But I'm like, I see these things. And I'm like, oh man, it was great, but it's because we haven't seen it in forever. Like, if you had a average pass rusher, Leonard Floyd, 10 sacks. Oh snap! It's 10 sacks. You know, you got a Cleveland team that's got a guy with 23 and a half over there. 23. I'm not giving him that half on Josh Allen. But the thing is, like, when you're used to seeing Josh Allen's a standard. It's like Brock Purdy, you suck because you're not Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson, you suck because you're not Josh Allen. Bo Nix, not Bo Nix, never mind. Drake May, you suck because you're not Josh Allen. Because we're the standard in Buffalo is Josh Allen. When we had Stephon Diggs, the standard in Buffalo was Stephon Diggs. Like, if you're not there, if you're not silky smooth like that, like, what are we doing? Gabe Davis may have been, if we never had a Steph Diggs versus Khalil Shakir, Gabe Davis might be like, okay, all right, okay. But we've seen in recent history what it looks like. Yeah. So when you get excited about that, I want to see more of that. Like that catch that Brandon Cooks had where we don't see that. I'm like, it was a hell of a throw. But the catch, though, and everybody's supposed to be able to do that. But the catch, though, was ridiculous to me.
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, we are getting hype about, typical things that receivers should be doing. I don't want to.
I don't want to poop on your point. That wasn't my point.
No. I mean, you're not wrong. Listen, I'm objective to know. I'm objective enough to know when I'm kind of overhyping things. But I've always been a fan of Shavers just working his way to the 53, and then when he gets here, the dude just performs. Every time you give him a shot, he makes some kind of pop play. And to see Shavers get that opportunity to make a play for a first down is big. That was a big point in the game.
Yeah.
Right? That was a momentum play to continue the momentum and keep driving down the field. So my hope is we get. I think Brady's leaving anyway, so I don't want to say we get Brady out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because I think what he called yesterday was not bad, right? But I think going into this next offensive coordinator's era, my hope is that we find a way to learn our lesson from everybody eats and just kind of figure out, like, look, guys need to be in rhythm. Guys need to develop chemistry with the quarterback in order to be productive. I don't think what we saw yesterday is an indictment against that thought. I don't think it is a representation of what everybody eats looks like because, again, it's a zone defense. If all of our guys were doing that well against zone and man, then okay, I'll shut the hell up. Everybody eats wins.
Right.
But that's not the case. Right. The numbers don't show it and we don't see it on tape. So, I mean, again, I really enjoyed the win yesterday.
Absolutely.
The issue with the win yesterday that we as Bills fans need to come to grips with very quickly is we are not going to see a lot of zone coverage like that the rest of the way, if at all. I think the only time we're going to maybe see zone coverage is if by some miracle the Steelers make it to the title game against us and they have to play zone because they cannot play man.
The Steelers,
I mean, everybody else plays man.
Yeah.
The Texans play man, the Patriots play man, and the Broncos play man. So, I mean, I'll put it like the Broncos don't primarily play as much man as the Texans and the Patriots do, but it just you're not going to see as much of it as you saw yesterday. Right. So if you get to a position where it's a third down and you see a corner man up on Shavers the way that he did in the Jaguars game, your hope is Josh is going to look towards that guy because he did it already in the playoffs, as opposed to, it's man coverage. I'm going to throw it over Shakir's head because he's running a orbit motion and I just got to get rid of the ball.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I did want to point this out too.
Mm-hmm.
The bubble screen worked one good time. To my recollection, I could be wrong, but the play you referred to where Shakir spins out, spins away from a tackle. Other than that, they kind of clamped down on it a lot during the game. I think we ran it about 4 or 5 times. And my hope is that the only reason they did it this much is because the team was playing a lot of zone. The Jaguars were playing a lot of zone. The rest of the way, though, you can't do that against the Broncos. You cannot expect to get away with that against the Patriots, and you damn sure can't do that against the Texans.
Right. Yeah.
So you've got to find another way.
Honestly, I think a lot of their game plan was to kind of keep their play sheet close to them and just basic run it down their throat to set up play action, run these stupid screens to set up the fake screen, just simple stuff. Because why else would you keep going to stuff that wasn't working?
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it at the end of the game. Like they ran a few fakes on things they've been doing all game, and all of the fakes worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's real. That's real. And that's like, thank God that the run game was just good enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't working at all, then we're probably screwed on those plays. But the other good thing going forward in these playoffs, though, is we just got rid of the best run defense of all the teams left.
Yeah.
Right.
Denver's supposed to be on par more or less with
I ain't scared.
Lord.
No.
Last year they were ranked better than this year.
No, I'm saying, well, you know what I said about yesterday's game, but supposed to be on par. Am I worried about Denver?
No, you can run on that team. Any defense with a great pass rush that you can run on, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine because the only thing that slows down a great pass rush is running the ball. Mm-hmm. When those pass rushers have to try and work around blocks and try to take up gaps and all, like their defense is not built for that. Both their outside linebackers are light in the butt. Those are 240-pound guys. Like they're not 250, 260 like your traditional 3-4 outside guys.
You talking about Benito and Cooper?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you run at those guys, some space is gonna be created.
Yeah. Roy, just to touch on that, he asked anybody call for Brady interview. Yeah,
the Ravens. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So and look, it doesn't have to be it's just the Ravens. College teams are going to be calling too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a guy that's worked with Josh Allen and helped Josh Allen win an MVP
and Joe Burrow.
and right. So names. I mean, teams are going to want him to come and expand upon what he's being allowed to do. So.
Yep. But yeah, I to your point though, the Jacksonville game, they were aggressive. Did you see when Walker tackled James Cook around the neck and a ref, like, I guess he had to tell him it was I don't know what he told him, but he kind of warned him there was a high tackle. But I'm thinking Walker knows as best as we know. You don't let him go because he reversed field. If you would have let him go, the whole field's over for James Field. No, I'd take the penalty if I was Walker over letting him get that field. Mm-hmm. So that was funny to me. They celebrated. The refs like, hey, didn't like it at all. Okay, well, hey, sorry, man.
I mean, James could have gotten a few yards on that play, but the reason why he got tackled is because he knew if he got past Walker, he was gone.
Yep. That's why he was pulling the girl like, damn it. I was out of here. But yeah, I mean, that would have been that big play. I'd say the only way he's going to have a 100-yard game is if he has like 1 or 2 big plays, and that would have been it.
As far as I can tell, this is Albert's comment here. Zach Allen back, run might be affected by him. Okay, so this is from December 4th. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything recently on Zach Allen in terms of him being. Let me look this up.
Let's see. Zach Allen.
Yep. Broncos depth chart.
I'm not seeing him on that week 18 injury report.
Yep.
He should be back.
Okay, so he is. Yeah. There's no injury designation for Zach Allen right now for the Denver Broncos. John Franklin Myers, however.
Oh, Deion Dawkins like, yeah. He's like, yeah, give me that guy. You gonna see him landing at right tackle, left tackle, guard, anywhere. Franklin Myers, let me get this spot.
Yeah. So John Franklin Myers is playing right defensive end. Yeah. So that's gonna be that's where you're running. You probably you're running behind Deion Dawkins.
Dawkins got something to prove that game.
Yeah, buddy. That's about the only time I'm like, all right, let Deion work.
Let him cook.
He's pissed. Let him work.
It's like smelling salt. Wait, you said John Franklin Myers? Don't even need it. Don't even need it.
All right. Other thoughts about this game, fellas? What do we got?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, only thing I'm worried about, make sure there's enough oxygen on the sidelines.
Yeah.
As long as they aren't feeling the elevation too much, I'm not really sweating the game.
Yeah, I mean that's weird.
Like, when's the last time we played in Denver?
It's been a while.
Wasn't that a Singletary game?
Yeah, it was a Singletary game.
Tell me where you at.
That was 2019.
Yeah, might be. But tell me where you at. But yeah, no. Well, I'll let you do a park on. Okay. Tommy said, "Yeah, motor. Yeah, see when you say Singletary, he shows up.
Right? It's like rubbing a genie bottle. Like, you just gotta say motor Singletary.
Like, I've been called.
Here he comes. What'd you say, guys?
He's in the middle of petting his dog. Like, did somebody say motor? Did that be Smirk's motor? Devin Ramon Singletary?
You can't even say 26. He'll pop in anyway.
Yep. Who said something?
Right. All right. So
how about the refs calling a flag on Ty Johnson to start the game yesterday?
Yeah, it was funny. They made fun of that. That was funny. And it's funny because your 2020 Lindsay said, yeah, that sounds right.
It was, yeah. So we beat the Broncos 48-19 that game.
Yeah.
In Denver.
Singletary's still trying to run for that touchdown.
So I think Josh Allen will be fine. I think he'll be fine in Denver.
I think Singletary's still trying to get that touchdown. He's still going.
Dang.
But okay, so this is the one thing that a lot of people were calling about, and it's funny because we talked about it. Tommy's our resident Singletary expert. He is. The last play and a half that shouldn't have been a play. That should have been a play. That shouldn't have been a play. Okay, I know it's been beaten to oblivion today, but the rule in the rule book, section 4, article whatever. This is real. Look it up.
Oh boy.
The way that is handled, and we've seen it numerous times with just regular snaps. When play clock goes to 0, they snap it, no flag. The reason why, and somebody did say it on the radio, what happens is the ref is watching the clock. When the ball snaps, they look at the hand, then they look back at the clock. Is the ball still in his hand? Then I'm at the clock. Now, that in itself, I get. I don't know. That's subjective, and I don't like that rule. Somebody also said put tenths of a second on the clock like they do in the NBA on the shot clock. But Schmitty said, and he's right, it shouldn't have been a play because the right tackle was moving.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand the right tackle was the least of the refs' worries. If you look at what they had two defense, they had a defensive tackle, defensive men running past those refs. You had Joe Bosa run into the other ref, and then in much of all this, who's looking at the line? The line just got hit and he's cleaned out by a player.
Mm-hmm.
So should have been offsides? No. I don't know what they should have did with that second. I guess it's a runoff, no play, whatever. But yeah, I think the clock is in front of the refs, but you got to think about it. How do the refs know when the ball is snapped? They have to look at the clock, hit 0, look at his hand, look back at the clock. That's what they do. If the ball's still in the player's hand when he gets down to the hand back to the clock, then it's a delayed game. But if it's not, then they play on, and that's kind of where the muck was. Everybody's running downfield, too much stuff, too many moving parts. It happens. Ball don't lie. We live to see another day. But this is the thing that bothers me. vacuum. See, I'm gonna call this the Orkin, Hoover, Kirby. Everything is not in a vacuum. If it had made that kick, we would have went to overtime. No, we might not have. Because just because he made that kick don't mean the rest of the game plays out the way it played out.
Right.
We're tied at that point, I believe, right? If we tie, they might play defense.
No, I don't think we
wasn't that tied. Okay. Even whatever it was, they still can play differently based on scenario. Who's to say that, a sack wouldn't have happened, a fumble wouldn't have happened, interception other than what we had. So yeah.
Or maybe later on in the game we go for it instead of punting it then.
Right. Yeah. Anything could happen. So I hate the vacuum theory. That's the thing that bothers me. Like, oh, if this would have happened 30 minutes in the game, that would have happened. No, it doesn't work that way.
My only issue with that play, I didn't like how it went down with the refs. But at the end of the day, like you said, I mean, there's so many things going on. Whatever. My biggest issue is I think coach needs to ring out those defenders. If they see everyone's rushing up to the line, you can't take your time to get over there. Because then no matter what, even if they got it off on time, that ball would not have hit the turf before clock hit zero.
Right. Yep. Yeah. They went to Gene's territory, Roy, and he was given a bunch of nothing as well. His information, his expertise on what happened when I was on the field. Nobody cares. Gene's territory. Answer the question. I don't know. Because there's too much. That's the thing. Like that goes into, people that played, people that have been in these situations. It don't matter what level you play on. You can't sit and watch the TV and say, you know what, I would have did this, I would have did that, because it's a lot of moving parts, a lot of things that you can't account for. Yeah. It's not a perfect science, and that's why was it you a long time ago that said we need to have balls with buzzers and this and sensors and that would alleviate these kind of things. Like you look at the play where we had to challenge the play because Lawrence, his knee touched down. I mean, he's 6'6". It's plausible. Yeah, he definitely could have got that, but on second review, that knee scraped the turf. Yeah.
Hey,
but
I got a quick rant.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Because this virtual measurement is bogus.
You don't like it?
The spot? You don't like the spot?
All it is they took out the chains and gave you a photo. They still go off of the spot that the ref on the field puts the ball at. So there's literally no change at all. They just are giving you a visual change. Like my brother was literally joking yesterday. He's like, they literally just hired a guy to go up in the booth with 2 buttons, yes or no, and they just call him up. What are we filming this time? Yes. All right, and then it just shows the animation of it just past the line. It's like, what's the point of this?
That's tough. That's real tough.
He created 2 new jobs just for that too.
Right. That's it. And what happened to that guy we used to have? The ref that became our consultant.
John Perry. I think he's still on the team. But
does he do anything anymore? I don't know.
Did he ever do anything?
I think for the first year. Well, the first year when we first hired him, I think our challenges we actually won a couple of challenges. I believe because McDermott was abysmal. He's like the worst coach in the league in challenges. Yes. And then when we got Perry, we still were bad, but we weren't as bad.
But this one was so clear. It was so clear.
I couldn't believe it took so long to throw it.
Yeah. That's the part that surprised me the most. Like, why isn't the flag out in the field? They're about to snap here's the flag. Why'd you wait?
Right, I'm like, throw it. Yeah.
You shouldn't have even had the chance. Like if it was I don't know, pick a coach. If it was Mike Vrabel, that flag would have been there as soon as the play was over. Like, no.
Vrabel, I don't care if it was right or wrong. Look at it again. Right. McDermott's like, I have to be right. Booth, hurry up. Am I going to make this? Okay, good. Yeah. We've seen Vrabel throw the flag and knowing damn well it's not going to be overturned. And that's the thing too. How often do spot calls get overturned? That one was so egregious that they had to call it back. But usually they're like, it's inconclusive. We don't know where. That one, he's like a full yard short. Yeah. So clearly,
you know what's I'm reminded of like Family Guy flashback references or however they do it, the cut scenes and stuff where you just kind of like because my thought is, can you imagine in NFL like as a league where all of the calls are right? Like it's not gonna. How can you debate it? You've created so much technology that ensures that every single call is right. That takes all the drama out of the game. What are you going to talk about after?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I think the NFL has kind of figured this thing out from an entertainment standpoint. And let's be real, They are not a business. They are an entertainment company, I guess. Right. That they call themselves what is it? It's their business is categorized as an entertainment entity.
Who's this?
The NFL.
Okay. They're like WWE.
Yeah, like the WWE, and they do that so that there's certain business laws that don't apply to them. There's certain integrity type of laws that deal with businesses that don't apply to the NFL because so much of it is privately owned.
Right.
And they wanted to keep it that way. That's why it's categorized as an entertainment entity or whatever.
Yeah. Lindsay said, "Did you know that Hockey Lee was one of the line judges in the game yesterday? I hate that guy. Who? I hate his Sean Hockey Lee.
Oh,
I hate his dad only because I curl like 70-pound dumbbells and his arms are like 3 times the size of mine. So I really can't stand him, and for no other reason but that.
You got to eat more peas.
I guess so.
Tommy makes a good point here too. About
no, he does not.
The XFL. I mean, that's if you want to say the NFL is an entertainment league. People would make fun of the XFL, with their ownership and everything. But when they were going that last year, when they had that review system where you literally were in the booth with the judges, hearing what they're communicating, seeing what they're reviewing, it was way more open to the public to know what was going on. It was really cool.
Darth says it would.
He's talking about
yeah. He says, I disagree that removing bad calls would take the drama out. It would just take the unnecessary drama out. In my mind, all drama is unnecessary. But then he says it would take the ability of outside forces to affect the game away.
I think it's anyway. I believe
he might be talking about Vegas, but I mean, Vegas is gonna get theirs anyway. Like there's gonna be a whole nother way. Like now all of a sudden we're gonna start questioning the programming of all this technology that's governing the rules and stuff that govern the game. I get what he's saying. Like there's gonna be something anyway. But I think at least with the way things are right now, it probably costs them a little bit less. They don't have to invest in all of the necessary technology to make all these changes to the game and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, realistically, the way the game has grown, they really don't need it anyway. I think as if I'm an owner, and I just profited, $1 billion this season, like what do I care about trying to get rid of refs? Like they're part of what has made me all this money. Why change it? It's part of the reason why we talk about Sean's probably gonna get an extension is because he's made so much money for this franchise working with drafting Josh Allen and having Josh Allen go on and be great and all that kind of stuff. So,
how much money does the refs make the networks too? How often are the networks every Monday morning talking about officiating?
Yeah,
they had to give it more ad revenue with commercial breaks. I roll up. Just go ahead and scroll through the chat. You'll get the answer to your question.
Wait, what is it?
I'll just put it here. No. You don't have to scroll through. Okay. I'm telling him to. There. Just scroll through the chat.
Oh, he's here. Hold on. Hold on.
Just scroll through the chat.
I will find him for you right now because I never intend to let me see. Raw potential. Who's he talking about?
Keon Coleman.
Oh, okay. Wish Keon had the tangibles of a good wide receiver like speed, separation, and great hands, but what do I know about football? Maybe big, slow, and good at basketball, and shopping is what counts. Okay, and then it says raw potential for what? TikTok influencer. What are raw potential skills, and can they be used to beat a CB? Okay, so Steve, I don't know if you Steve, I don't know if you watched Coach D's Corner when I had Arthur Moats on with myself and Coach D. But I did ask that question to Art and to Coach D about players developing in the NFL, because one of the things that we've heard Sean McDermott talk about a lot is bringing young guys in to develop them, bringing any player in really to develop them. And one of the things that I've criticized this coaching staff for is putting guys in positions that they didn't play in college and then trying to develop them in something that they just never did. Right. So when I asked Arthur Moats about it and I asked Coach D about it, They said to a degree, yeah, you can, because I mean, if you look at Arthur Moats, he was a defensive end in college. They had him playing
one of those linebackers.
Yeah, they had him playing linebacker in the NFL. You know what I mean? And I think there was one other player that Arthur Moats mentioned that made that transition too. Brian Scott, I think it was. Brian Scott was a safety, and they brought him here and said, "You're a linebacker now."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So what?
Steve was in that club with Chappelle and Charlie Murphy.
Slap.
I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you. Right. As I sip from this water, I'm sure somebody is spitting. I'd accept this award. Hate.
You've seen it way too much. You've seen it way too much. My favorite part was at the end where what did he say? He said, your mama looks like Rosie O'Donnell and got holes in her drawers. He got drawers with a dick hole in them.
Like, oh.
Like, wait a second.
Plug Daddy. Oh, dolphin teeth. For those of you guys who don't believe in a rule for the last second deal, it's from the NFL rules, number 4, section 6, article 1. Yeah, I looked it up. I know I'm a nerd. Whatever. That's cool. So
was that the NFL calling?
Yeah, they wanted to see what I thought about a call. All right, this is controversy, and I loved it because Capaccio was getting real hot under the collar, and DiBiase was not backing down, and Jeremy White is like, I don't really care about this point at all. The scoring at the end of the game. Now, DiBiase says there was no reason for us to score. That was dumb. They should have taken a knee and ran more clock out. Capaccio says, no, they should have scored. I am of the mind where when they ruled Josh as a touchdown, I said, no, thank you. But when it came to the next play, I didn't want to take a knee and concede and then have Minnesota happen, like, you know, when we lost when Dalvin Cook was in Minnesota.
Oh, no, you talking about Tennessee.
No, the Minnesota where Josh fumbled the end zone.
Yeah, but that was the opposite side. Like we was in the end zone. You think about Tennessee when we tried to do that QB sneak and Josh slipped.
Oh no, well yeah, no. I really was thinking about where something happened inversely, where you're trying to be too safe.
Yeah.
You know, because the slipping you're going for, you're trying to score, but you know they're trying to just get a little bit. I was okay with them scoring. I mean, with regards to Trevor Lawrence and how he played in the game, and I mean the kicker. Me and Laura talked about it yesterday. That damn target line was pissing me off at the 50-yard line. All that pissed me off. I'm like, why?
Because he can kick from there.
I mean, yes, but that's not your target. We get to the 50.
What's the longest field goal you made? From right back there. Right. All right. Let's get it right there. We be all right.
Well, see, the thing about it wasn't he setting the ball up on the tee at the 50?
Huh?
Wasn't he setting the ball on the tee at the 50? So
yes.
So that means, in theory, the line of game was a 43 because they're set 7 yards behind, and then the extra 10 for the end zone, which is their 17 yards for 67. Mm-hmm. So, no, I don't want to see anybody put a line in the game. The 50-yard line, say he got that.
That is right, isn't it? So if they went back, from the 50,
yeah, that's
60 yards. Yeah,
so I'm like, 68, but not 52. True. But that's the same thing with Bass.
They were saying, hey, 68, 69 yarder, let's go 70. Get
to
the 50.
He hit a 70 in preseason.
Yeah, I know.
He was cracking them. And that's the thing about Bass, though, because I wrote said Cam Little can hit from 68, but not from 52. Remember, Bass had the leg with no accuracy.
Yes.
That was the thing.
Early on. Yep.
And it's like, he should be a kickoff specialist because he can't kick a field goal. To be
fair, didn't Cam Little have like crazy accuracy this year?
I think he was pretty good.
I thought he was like top 3 in the league or something.
Yeah, I think he was pretty good this year.
Yeah. I
can look it up to be fair. But Dan, what did you think about taking a knee? Not, maybe we don't go for it. Tush push. Maybe you try something, but to just take a knee, that scares me a little bit. That does scare me because they were penalty happy yesterday too. I mean, we're a team that's pretty good in penalties, but they were calling everything on us.
Yeah, they were.
And all we need is Deion Dawkins. Bad look.
It felt like it was going to be one of those home field advantage type of referee games. You know what I mean?
But I was scared.
Yeah, the thing that worked in our favor, and the thing that I think tends to work in our favor in all these games is Josh Allen is just so great. After a while, the Bills start to show themselves as the better team in the game, and refs can't argue with that. It's the Michael Jordan rule, basically. You know what I mean? You go into Detroit, and as much as those refs want to have home court advantage and call everything on the Bulls, and these boys too good. Like, you start to see it after a while. Like, man, the only guy they can get the ball to is Parker Washington. No other receiver had more than 20 something yards. Like, I got it here. Let me pull that up. Parker Washington had 107 yards, and Brian Thomas Jr. 21 yards. Jacoby Myers one catch for 12 yards. Brian Thomas Jr. only 2 catches for 21 yards. Ben Strange 2 catches 9 yards. LaQuint Allen Jr. 1 catch 9 yards. Tim Patrick 1 target, no catches. Like, the receivers did, aside from Parker Washington, did nothing. So if I'm a ref and I'm seeing that, like, all right, maybe we shouldn't call so many penalties on these guys because they just beat them down. Like, they just help. Right. It's gonna look like we helping if we keep calling all these penalties. We gotta chill. And
Dan, to your question, Little in 2024 was a 93% kicker. This year he was on 88. So he was just above about average, above average. But he did have 10 attempts from 50, which doesn't matter because he went 80% from 50 plus. His issue seemed to be, where was his issue?
You don't mean this, Steve. You don't mean this. He says what McDermott did on the last offensive drive was brilliant. Keep doing it. Put it on the defense and your defensive genius. When we lose, not if, but when, the spotlight and blame is all on McDermott. I mean, that's exactly why I didn't want to just hurry up and score, right? I think if there's one thing that I need to see this team be able to do in the playoffs, it's put their defense in the best position possible at the end of games, right? Because so far we've seen the defense can put the offense in a position down 3, down 4 with the ball in Josh's hands, and we've seen what that looks like, right? Whenever we've seen the defense in these, at the end of these games, it's gone the same way it has for the offense. They don't come back in the playoffs, right? So knowing that, I don't want to continue to think that, because Trevor Lawrence couldn't get it done, that Bo Nix isn't going to find a way to get it done. I think the receivers that they have in Denver are better than the receivers that the Jaguars put out yesterday. I'll say that, right? Yeah. Because I think Cortland Sutton is way better than anybody the Jaguars have, and Mims is highly underrated, right? So I mean, and on top of that, their tight end Ingram is way better than Ben Strange too. So I say all that to say, I don't want to pretend like the defensive performance we saw at the end of the game in this game is going to be there for us to have every game the rest of the way.
Right.
If you have an opportunity to run the clock down to 1 second, like you did against the Ravens earlier this season, then you do that. You know what I mean? Take the freaking knee. You got a few plays that you haven't run this season because you haven't been in a bunch of goal line situations where you needed to go ahead and score. So take the knee, call your timeout with like maybe 15 seconds left, and then you got 3 shots to score a touchdown. You got Josh Allen. I'm running two freaking QB sneaks, and then if I don't get it at that point, then I'll run a pass play and set Josh up with a triple option play where he's got 2 guys to go to, or he can just run it.
Yes, I think if we were down by 3, I have no problem with it, but we were down 4, so I needed.
Well, if you're down by 3, you're just kicking a field goal.
That's what I'm saying. If we're down by 3, I'm like, I'm gonna run the clock down and maybe try a shot or 2. Take a knee and try a shot, but. If anything knocked me out of position and we end up with, a situation where we lose because the same thing that happened in the game where Josh missed Khalil Shakir, I'd be sick to my stomach, knowing that we took a knee, thinking that we're so arrogant that we can get in, and then like you said, we get set up with a last ditch effort passes as something happens. Somebody gets a hand, Trayvon Walker blows up Spencer Brown, and we lose in that fashion. That's to me would be so tough because we're there. That's why that 10-yard tush push was a gift and a curse. Because Now we have decisions to make, folks. We got to think on our feet. How do we want to do this? As opposed to, we got a first down and now we can be meticulous and get it in there. I mean, both philosophies are cool, but it just is a personal preference of yours, Dan's, mine, Eric Wood, whatever the case may be.
I think we're saying, and give me 1 second there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're saying that now because we got the points and the defense held up, right? But if this was a loss and Trevor Lawrence marched down the field and they kicked that field goal to go ahead, or I'm sorry, if they march down the field and score to go ahead and win that game on, like doing all of that against our defense, the whole conversation today is, why didn't you take the knee? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's what I said. Any perspective, right? It's a personal preference. For me, I
well, no, I don't know. I don't know if you could say that. Okay, if let's say it did happen that way. Let's say we did hurry up and score. They got a minute left on the clock. They go down and score a touchdown. Are you upset the next day, today, that they didn't take a knee and run the clock down?
And we lost.
Yes,
I'm upset.
Okay, well that's kind of my point. I don't think it's perception. I think the reality is like that's the right call because of the risk. But just because the risk didn't happen doesn't mean it wasn't the right call.
But it doesn't have to be the right call because we won. They made the right call because they scored and won. That's why it's the right call. But the thing is, like you said, if you don't want the defense to be on the field at the end of the game, you want to put the nail in the coffin without Trevor Lawrence in the field again, you would be the right way. In my instance, if I don't want to leave the chance to that something happens offensively and we may have a miscue, Ronnie Harmon, James Cook, so Spin can get in here. Key, I thought your boy could catch. Something bounces off his head. Dalton Kincaid hurts his knee again. He already did. Dawson Knox, alligator arm something, and we have to walk off the field with the stink that we were right freaking there, and we took a knee when we could have just scored, and we don't even know what would happen after that. For me, that's too much to bear. I'm fine with us scoring and the defense screwing up like they always do, because I'm fine with that. If what you're prognosticating happened and they took the knee and we score it with no time on the clock, of course I'm happy. Of course. But if we slip and fall and I have to watch that clock in a situation where Trevor Lawrence is trying to spike the ball because we don't have any time left, and I'm like, what just happened? We were right there. We were right there. And for me, that's the gotcha for me. We were right there.
I'm about to do something that I haven't done a lot of lately. If anything, I've done the opposite. But I have to admit, after thinking this through in my head and now having this debate here on the show, I think Jeremy's got the perfect checkmate point, which is if taking a knee was so wrong, then why did the Jaguars just allow us to score? When you think about it from that perspective, the team we're playing against wants us to score.
Of course.
Shouldn't we want to do the opposite?
So I got 2 points.
Sure.
One, what was our success on short yardage earlier in the game? Did we get stopped one time on a short yardage play?
I don't think so, no.
So you have to go by that, because I heard a lot of people that called in that were against kneeling, that were saying, you don't know if you're going to get it. What if you lose yards and then you're further back? But from everything that we saw throughout the flow of the game, they had what they wanted on short yardage plays. So that's one. Two, it was very interesting what Jeremy and Joe were saying, where maybe the coaches, they kind of hesitated before calling that play to have Josh run in. Maybe they just did not ever see that as being a possibility and didn't have a plan. And they were suggesting on the radio going forward, maybe now they have a play to get a net 0 yardage in a situation like that, where you have a weapon kicker on the other team and you don't want them to kick the ball to tie up the game. So maybe you design a play that purposely doesn't gain you anything or lose you anything in that type of situation. What do you think about that?
I think it's right. I mean, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. there's very few situations that you can tell this coaching staff hasn't thought about, but this did kind of feel like one of those.
Okay.
Just from the standpoint of there's a lot of options you have there. You know what I mean? You could take one knee and try for it the next and keep your 2 timeouts just in case. Or you can, try and run it all the way down and try to just go with, a couple of, like you can try a regular run, or you can, and try a regular run, stop the clock, try a QB sneak if if you're still within range to do it. You freaking got 10 yards on the last one you tried. I like the momentum point though. I think the initial point you made is what coaches should and typically do go off of, and that speaks to never mind the history of this team, never mind our history. What's been going on in this game?
Mm-hmm.
What have been the trends in this game? And as you said, in short yardage situations, especially with the QB sneak, we've gotten it pretty much every time that we've tried it. So why would we doubt the possibility of that happening again? Because keep in mind, these are NFL players. They go onto the field. They have to believe that whatever they execute is going to work. So I don't think the coach or the staff really runs it through their mind. Well, maybe Sean might, but I don't think that these guys run it through their brains. Well, man, what if it doesn't work? You can't play that way. You know what I'm saying? So if it's me and I'm calling the shot, if I'll put it like this, if Sean was consistent in his belief, they would have taken the knee. But Sean has never been consistent in his belief. And here's what I mean. The Eagles game, he claims, I just wanted to be aggressive. We sat here on the show and said, no, you probably just were afraid of going into overtime and Josh Allen was already hurt in that game. You didn't want to risk that. Whether that was right or wrong, accurate or not, you were aggressive in that game and tried to win the game definitively and take the opportunity for the Eagles to win completely away, right? The next big time game that you have, you go the opposite way. We're just going to take the points. We'll put my defense on the field. Defense has been playing well all game long. We'll take our chances there.
They also brought up on the radio the first game of the year. What do we do with the Ravens at the end of the game? We need it without timeouts to kick that field goal because we did not want Lamar getting the ball back.
That's right.
Well, okay. So what was the score before the field goal?
We were down by like 2 points or something like that.
Right. And that's my point. If you're down 2, of course I'm going to take the knee and let the time run and kick the ball. But when we have to have a touchdown to win the game,
you're saying a field goal is more of a given than a touchdown at the 1 yard line?
No, I'm just saying that if you're talking about being down by a point. Now, I don't know if we had a timeout or what. I don't remember the scenario with that. But I can say that if it was a bad snap, whatever the case may be, if they backed us up, the propensity for getting a field goal is a lot easier to I don't say easier, but a higher percentage of a longer field goal than a tush push that goes awry. Dawkins gets a false start, a personal foul, anything happens, somebody fumbles. I'm just glad that we won. And like I said, I think there's no real right or wrong answer. It's just for me being me, after he got marked down and the clock was running, whatever the case may be, the next play, I was fine with them scoring because I just didn't want to leave anything else a chance. The defense was the defense. If Trevor Lawrence could get Cam Little to kick a 67-yarder and beat us, touche, brother, touche.
I just want to make one more point on this, too. When I see a bunch of people saying, if you knee the ball, that's an automatic 2-yard loss. But just like, I think it was Jeremy and Joe were even arguing this morning, like, you don't have to knee behind the line of scrimmage when they are asking for you to score a touchdown.
Correct.
You walk up to the line because they want you to go in anyways, and then you knee.
Yep. You can knee right before the white of the goal line.
We've seen players do it before on runs or something where they are coached to go down at the half-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I can tell you right now, if you're going knee, you need the rees. If you're going knee, you need the rees. Because one part you're fresh and one part delicious, and 2 parts healthy. You never make a wrong decision when you're drinking that Reese.
You can't.
But what do I know? There's 4 ingredients, and all of them are great for you. I don't even drink tea, but what I can tell you is I feel better after having some. What are you doing? Get over to Reed's, get yourself a supply by the case or individual. Don't get yourself an individual. You'll be disappointed because you'll be thirsty and you'll have no more left to have. But what do I know? See for yourself. Reed's Tea. Click the link in the description below and let them know PPP sent you.
All right, let's get to it. Hopefully I'm not sounding warbled right now, but listen, we got to hurry up and get out of here. Keys is already 4 minutes late. So if you could please give us a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you can get notifications when we send notifications. Like our Coach D's Corner should be on schedule Thursday, but you got to listen out for that. Members, I will announce that in the Discord chat. If you're not a member, you can check our community section there. I will put out a notification whether or not we're having that on Thursday. It's usually Thursdays at 7:30. The next live show after that is Friday at 5:30 p.m. That's where you can catch us if you're looking for some more content here on the Post Podium Podcast channel. Other than that, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. For Dan on the ones and twos there, I am your co-host Aramis.
For the Keys.
All right, this has been the Post Podium Podcast, only y'all truth, no sodium takes. We will see y'all next time.